Hello there, I'm Moldy, and this is now day 3 of going through iconic LEGO Star Wars duels as official LEGO sets with Duel in the title. We started off looking like Darth Maul, then we transitioned to Anakin, and now we're going to lose the Jedi belt and bring these shoulder pads. I don't know the official word for these, but we're going to bring them in a little closer to get ourselves looking a bit more like Kylo Ren, because today's duel is the duel on Starkiller base, which I was pretty sure I picked this up as an official Lego set at the time, and it turns out I didn't. So I had a lot of fun parting this one out, and it does look really good. If you are watching this video within a couple days of it coming out, Saturday I will be going live building Ahsoka Tano's duel on Peridia, 7 p.m. UTC, right here on the channel and also on Twitch. But I'm sure most of you have been following along this series and already know that, so let's take a look at the official set. Set 75236, Duel on Starkiller base. Yes, it's called Duel on Starkiller base. I don't see any of Starkiller base around. I don't know if I'm missing a portion of the set or they were building more of it and then just decided to build the rock wall and the, well, there's not much to build when it comes to the rock wall, but just decided to add a few trees. I think Duel on Starkiller would have sufficed, but maybe Starkiller base was to make people remember where it was. I don't know the reasoning behind Lego naming this Starkiller base, but what I do know is it came out in 2019, April 1st. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're getting any April sets this year. We could wish for them, but I think this would probably likely be a May release as opposed to coming out earlier in March. 2019 is a year before the Mustafar duel, so 2 years before the Mandalore duel, and this retailed for $17.99, same as that Mandalore duel, but we definitely feel like we're getting a bit more here, around the same piece or price per piece as the Mustafar duel, so we're getting a few less pieces. But there are also a few bigger pieces in this set, so it's not too bad for value. New in box sealed is £26. I definitely think that's because not a lot of people were buying this set, and also the minifigures are quite easy to get elsewhere, though I'm pretty sure Kylo Ren with this set is exclusive, likewise with the Takadana version that I do have here missing the cape. You can part out these minifigures and mix and match. It's a bit like the battle droids being exclusive. They're never really exclusive unless they've got some special colored paint on them, and we definitely need to get a Kylo Ren with his shirt punctured from Rise of Skywalker. So I wouldn't mind getting an Exegol duel at some point with a few extra minifigures, but it's pretty good value. You can pick this up for slightly cheaper, about £15, saving £1-2 here. And Ray, like I said, Ray was also in the Falcon at the time. I'm not sure how many other sets they were in. I have parted this out, so there are a few white leaves that are missing. There are a few other miscolored pieces. Well, actually, there are very few. We've got that black element over there. We've got one grey piece down here, and then like 3 white leaves. So they're fairly common pieces if you are trying to part this out. The white leaves shouldn't be too expensive to buy because they have come on quite a few Christmas builds and other snowy builds since. But this rock wall is nice for hiding a minifigure. I'm surprised we didn't get like a secret Finn. We haven't seen that in Star Wars. Harry Potter got a surprise minifigure in one of the larger sets. I won't spoil that in case you are looking to build that at some point. But it would have been nice to have just hidden a Finn minifigure here that we get to assemble. I guess it's harder to hide in a smaller set, but we could have got a box to leave to last and then hit a Finn minifigure in there. Would have made this set so much more worth the price. But there is some play features to this. You can see there is a little pool of lava erupting from the middle of Starkiller, or as Lego call it, Starkiller base. All right, no more on that. But we can split this in half. It's not really made like the Mustafar one, where it can be displayed half and half, though I like the rock wall separating the 2 platforms, but you can just as easily pop this up and remove it, and probably even build 2 of these so you have 2 halves that should still fold together pretty nicely. So that is quite nice from the designer perspective. I don't know if it was made to be like that on purpose, but usually if Lego don't want you to open the thing fully, they'll have some plate that gets in the way. So the fact that you can is a nice option. Closing this back up so we have it before the I guess the planet splits in half. I can't remember exactly why the planet splits in half, but just some volcanic eruptions as they're well, I guess they're blowing up Starkiller. Starkiller base is the planet. Maybe that's why the title of the set is what it is. We do have some space for the minifigures to duel, and the lightsabers can actually clash if you have them at the right angle, like with the Mustafar duel and a few of the others. There are also a few different playsets or play features with this. You can knock down the tree. Nothing special about this one on the left. However, this tree on the right that is colored almost correctly, you can knock down to reveal a stud shooter. Gasp! I don't really know why there was a stud shooter included. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch The Force Awakens and Clone Wars Season 7 to find out why blasters and stud shooters are being included in this set. Though I will say, if LEGO are to keep up with these stud shooters, I think this is the way to go. Have them hidden in sets, make them optional to everyone, because people don't realize, and especially if it is just a one-off LEGO set, they're not going to have the pieces to replace that. And I think having it hidden in the set is a nice touch, and even on display, this does look pretty good. Definitely more of a play set than a display set, but how does it hold up today? Well, like I said, the minifigures aren't exclusive, so from a LEGO collector standpoint, I don't see this being a big set. Unless this is like your first set or has a special place in your heart, I don't see this being a big part of anyone's displays. However, we have seen Starkiller since on our screens in animation, not live action just yet. I'm sure it'll probably pop up in one of these shows. Mando and Grogu will have this one mission to go to Starkiller and get Grogu his own lightsaber crystal. Who knows at this point? But we haven't seen Starkiller base. We've seen, I can't remember the name of the planet before. The one that shows up in the Clone Wars. We saw it in the Jedi game franchise. And though we don't venture off into the trees and it is just very icy, not a lot of trees, I must say, on Starkiller before it became Starkiller base. We do also have a Cal Kestis Anniversary minifigure, and we can add some stormtroopers to this model. So it does work in some sort of Jedi game mock, or if you're trying to build a massive Starkiller base, you know, the base with the TIE fighters and all the other machinery rather than just the Starkiller planet. I guess it's kind of like the Death Star. The whole thing is the Death Star, not just the part that, you know, kills the stars in this case. But we haven't seen a lot of... Alright, the mic died at this point, but you probably know what I'm going to say. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video, and may the bricks be with you always.